I never did say that you weren't cute, except for in the very first day that we met. Anyway.
Wait. Rewind.
Babe,
you didn't say I wasn't cute. You said I was a nerd.
Yeah, you were nerdy.
But wait. You said, okay, you just confessed to saying that I wasn't cute.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine.
Whether you've been married 1 or 20 plus years, at some point, you realized you were married into crazy.
And that's what our podcast is all about. We offer love, laughter, and a dose of reality as we unpack this crazy thing called marriage.
So sit back, relax, and get your ear hustle on. It's time to start the conversation.
All right, let's go.
Welcome to episode 73 of Married into Crazy with Snooks and Lovey. I'm Lovey.
I'm Snooks.
All right, we did it. We got through an actual intro without you like messing it up. I can't think of any other way to say it.
Really?
No, I'm just playing.
Goofy.
No, so welcome to episode 73. We are back and thoroughly enjoying each other's presence. Because with the
you
way...
You better say that.
Well, it's the truth. You know, the way... This weekend was interesting. We went away on Saturday just to kind of get away from the house. There's all this chaos that's going on underneath this roof.
There's too many people here.
There's a lot of people here. And we've got our grandson, Isaiah, God bless him. That's our angel right there. That man, that little man, runs everything.
He's starting to get a little bit out of hand, though.
Well, he's teething.
I'm like, Isaiah, you'd better cut it out right now.
And he'll just look right at you. He is so much fun.
He's a doll. I always tell him when I see him, I'm like, hi, man. And he'll look at me in his eyes. He starts cheesing. And then I'll whisper, you know you're my favorite in this whole house, right? I tell him that every day. I'm like, you know you're my favorite, right? I said, Papa thinks it's him, but it's not him. It's you.
I know it's not me. I know for a fact that it's not me. No, and it's funny because then he and I'll play peekaboo. But I call it the magic trick. It's like the magic show. There you go.
Yeah.
So it's the magic show. And then I'll take the little blanket and put it up. And then he smiles and laughs, just cracks up laughing, thinks it's the funniest thing in the world. It's just really cool to see that interaction. And, you know, these are the things that we take for granted.
Especially from, just thinking back, what is it? On Sunday, it will be 6 months. He'll be 6 months old. And I still have some pictures from when he was first born and just the
tubes,
issues. Oh my goodness.
Intubated.
Yeah.
So tiny. I mean, the pacifier that they had in his
almost big
his incubator. The pacifier was almost as big. He was a micro preemie.
I was like, why does he have this? I started getting attitude with the nurse because, not outwardly, but not showing it, I'll say. But I just felt like, and I know that to them, they see this all the time because they're in the NICU and what have you. Not that they were being insensitive or anything, but of course I felt some kind of way because that's my grandson. And she was being a little bit rough. I was like, hold on, lady, you need to be cool. And,
okay, I felt like jack you up in here.
And then when she was like, oh, because he's crying. And I'm like, what? Because he had that tube down his throat.
Yeah, the tube, and he was on morphine. But this isn't going to be the Isaiah podcast. We've had a few of those.
Sorry.
We've had a few.
Just saying, but it's a blessing now because he's chunky.
Man.
And he's just making noise. He's talking. You know how they say babies, they see the angels flying around. So he's always looking. I'm like, oh, you're playing with your friends?
You saying he's seeing angels. He'd be scaring the crap out of me. I'm like, what you see? Do we need to run?
Okay.
Let me know. We got to go?
Whatever.
I need you to point at the door. As long as he's smiling, we good. So.
Yeah, he's smiling, though.
And it's funny. But again, it comes back to there are so many blessings that we have in our lives that we need to take stock of. What?
I thought you were going to say it comes back to there's so many people that we have in our house. It's like, yeah, we got too many.
Well, at some point it does definitely come back to that.
Yeah.
But the thing that I really want to get into is, first off, I don't know, there's that theme of take stock in what you have, and recognize that we're not guaranteed another day. Mm-mm. This weekend, we took off to get out of the house for a little bit, which we are very thankful for, very blessed for the home, and that we're able to allow our son and his girlfriend and the baby to move in with us, and we've got all of our children underneath one roof, and everyone's healthy. We are so blessed and thankful. But there's times where you just got to get away from the chaos. Mm-hmm. So this weekend, Snooks and I took off and went to Oakland on Saturday, spent the night, and we just chilled. We just got away. And we went to
Brenda's.
It was funny is we wanted to go to the Oakland Grill, which had some great reviews. And a friend of ours, shout out to Ashling Cole. Ashling told us about the Oakland Grill. And of course, Lee. Yeah, Lee's an aspiring rapper. I mean, he's actually an up-and-coming rapper. Real good out of the Yay area.
Don't say that.
Anyway, he's out of the Bay Area, and they recommended some places, but we kind of latched on to the Oakland Grill. And when we went by there, the line was long, and Snooks was like,
No. Back up.
"What?"
So when we got out to the we were just chilling, and I was like, man, I really want some Brenda's. I kept thinking about Brenda's, but the only Brenda's I knew about was in San Francisco. And so Lovey was like, well, I'm not driving over to San Francisco to eat because blah, blah, whatever. It's going to be a ton of people, yada, yada, yada. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So we are looking for some place to go. And like Lovey said, that he got some suggestions or ideas from Ashling and Lee. So we're driving as we're heading towards...
Oh, your turn. Back up. Before we started driving, when I was checking out of the hotel, they had just gotten a fresh crop of magazines. And I was like, oh, can I grab a couple of these? Because I want to add some stuff to our vision board. Mm-hmm. And I need some new magazines. And they're like, oh, yeah, go ahead, take a couple. So Snooks was thumbing through the magazine as I were driving to the Oakland Grill.
And I was like, I just really want some Brenda's right now. And I opened up the magazine and it showed Brenda's on there. And I was like, oh, see? And I showed Lovey. And then I was looking, I was like, wait. They opened up a Brenda's out here. Lovey, so funny. He pulled over. He was like, oh, okay, wait, get the address. He pulled over. And so he was like, okay, where's it at? In proximity, where are we? Blah, blah, whatever. And so I was like, let's just go to the Oakland Grill because the food looked like it was really good. The pictures of it anyway. And so we go over there. The line was out the door. I was like, nope, we're not waiting out here. Let's just go. So we went over to Brenda's and so Lovey drove around. He was like, okay, I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna pull over and you're gonna get out. I was like, I ain't getting out and standing in that long old line. And of course he got mad because I said I wasn't gonna stand up in the line. So he's like, well, we're just gonna go somewhere else. I was like, I just didn't want to stand in the line because it looked like it was long, Lovey. Ronna.
Oh, you a lie? Because you said...
You did say that.
And I was like, oh, just get out there and stand in the line. You're like, I'm not going to be waiting forever. This is too long. The line's too long.
I did not say I'm not going to be waiting forever. I did not say that. I said I ain't going to stand in the line. Okay. So Lovey threw a big old fit.
Because I wanted some Brenda's.
He was so mad. Oh my God. Well, we'll just find something to go eat on the way home. And I was like, are you serious right now? Are you 5?
5 with a driver's license.
So he drove around. I was like, forget it, Lovey. Just park, okay? So he parks. And we get out and we walk like 3 blocks. And it's funny because that was like the closest park that we actually even saw. So we got in line. It didn't take that long. So
no, it didn't take long at all. But we ended up talking to some people in the line, and this one lady had never been to Brenda's. She hadn't been to the one in the city, and so she was celebrating a birthday. And so she and her girlfriends were meeting there, and she was the first one there. While we were waiting in line, a friend called. She's like, "Oh, see, she's lost," and her face just kind of just loses all expression. And she was saying that her friend just told her that about the tragedy involving all the people in the helicopter with Kobe Bryant and his daughter and the
teacher, coach.
The coach and the teacher, and I think it's the Altabellis.
Teammates.
Yeah, the Altabelli, and then I don't remember the third family. And we were just like, no. And there's a bunch of other stuff that ensued after that. But the bottom line was everyone was in disbelief. And, of course, the conversation turns to so young. And ultimately, it revolved around just talking about how you just never know.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. And that's the case. You don't know, you know. That's why we talk about oh, you want to do the
Well, I was going to say that you don't know. And what's crazy is that on Monday of this week, I had this actually 1 week ago today, Monday, I had put out a meme. So we do memes on our Married into Crazy. So anywhere you want to find us on our social media, whether it's Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, anything that we actually have, look up Married into Crazy. And so on our Married into Crazy Instagram, I'll post these pictures. I'll put it on Hootsuite and schedule it to actually go out in a variety of areas. And on that Monday, I had posted this picture that I found that I just loved. And I had said, treat every kiss like it's your last. And it's one of those things that I had said that life is fleeting. So we should celebrate every kiss like it's our last. And then I went into how when I was stabbed, and there was a period where I didn't know if I was ever going to get that next kiss because things were so touch and go for a while. And, even through 2 open heart surgeries, you learn to get an appreciation for things.
mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, it takes a tragedy, an immense tragedy like that just experienced, which not to lessen what the Bryants are going through, or the Altabellis, or I think it's Mercier or Mercer, the other family that's going through this. There are tragedies that happen every single day across the world, and they're just not as newsworthy because they're not celebrities or what have you. But there's things that we can't even imagine or fathom, but we're not ready for, and everyone's like, oh my God, things happen. We're not guaranteed the next moment, let alone the next day. And we need to make make that kiss matter just like it's your last, because you aren't guaranteed that next kiss or that next interaction or that phone call or what have you. And because of that, it's one of those things that just really made us think. We're talking about all the different things. Like when you take your vows, you know, do you remember your vows? Do you remember the promise that you made? Let's say, until death do we part.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I bring that up is because I don't think about my vows on a daily basis. I just know that I love you and I want to come back to you every single day. I think about our first responders, our police officers, the firefighters, these individuals that go out every single day and risk their lives on the behalf of all the citizens. And yet they don't know. They really don't know. Like our brother is a detective, and he leads a pretty dangerous lifestyle, going out and protecting and serving. And yet he doesn't know what's out there, what his day is going to unfold into. And so when we're with our relationships and our marriages and moving towards marriage along that continuum along the relationship timeline, we should really find a way to ensure that we're treating every single moment and savoring it like it's our very last.
Well, like, and to your point too, like you said about the vows, not just savoring every moment. Well, yeah, of course, savoring every moment like it's our last, but also I feel like savoring our vows too, because our vows they're the thing that I had to say those words in order for us to be together.
Right.
When you do your vows, when you get married, I'm sorry, it's necessary for you to say your vows. I believe there's a order of service and the flow of the service, what you're supposed to say, whatever, and the vows are always included, whether you write your own vows or whether you do the traditional vows. But in the traditional vows, it's to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, for sickness and health, to love and cherish. I don't think they say obey no more, but
I don't think that was part of your vows either.
until death do us part. But so many times I think about, and we've talked about this before. We put a lot of emphasis on so many other areas in our life. I'm specifically now speaking about the married couples, or not just married couples, but any couple. We put so much emphasis on every other aspect in our life. We got to make the money. We have to buy the house. We have to do all these different things. And then there's your partner, and okay, you're come along, you're coming with me, so we're I'm just here sometimes for the ride. I'm not myself, but sometimes the partner is just there for the ride, but for the just being for the ride is not part of the vows. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Even though
Right.
that could be the for better or for worse, yeah, that's all in that too. But how much is being not detail, but how much attention is being paid to detail in regards to the vows? How much attention do we actually pay to what we said? Do we pay attention to that? Just like you say, you don't remember your vows.
I live my vows, meaning I live a
So
vow of commitment.
I was about to say, but if you don't know what they are, how do you know you live it?
Right. I live a vow of commitment. But I think you bring up a good point. You were talking about people go out and, to paraphrase, that people get their grind on when it comes to their job, when it comes to making money, when it comes to really going out there and achieving success, whatever that may be.
But where's your grind for your marriage?
Right.
and
That part.
and a lot of times, when people talk to me about Married into Crazy and about what we're doing as far as not just a podcast but in our teaching and just our lifestyle, my grind is my love. That's what my grind is. And it's always been kind of that. I mean, this is outside of my children and obviously my mom and my whatever. This is the most important. Well, this is the most important
I was going to
relationship.
say, dang. So I come after mom, children,
Sorry. The
the
mailman,
mailman, right?
UPS, FedEx, as they always bring my stuff on time.
Right.
No.
Amazon. Definitely behind the
No,
Amazon guy.
no. This is the most important relationship that I have. So if this is the most important relationship that I have, am I treating it as such? Or am I just you just going along for the ride? Or you just, oh, he's just there. Oh, yeah, he's all right. But how am I reflecting what my grind is for my marriage? Because the grind is whatever. You about it. Because if you ain't on your grind, you ain't doing nothing. So can you not be about two grinds?
No, I think that, no,
I mean,
there's levels to this, right? So
what-
there's a
okay.
grind for work. There's a grind for your fitness, your health. There's a grind for your financial part. There's a grind. But I think I don't hear people talk
I
about
was getting ready to say that.
a
Do you
grind.
hear people, we got fitness and we got, like you said, there's workout, there's eating, there's money or houses or
You know why?
whatever.
I don't know. I don't know for a fact, but maybe because everything that we talked about beforehand, money, job, fitness, that there's an immense amount of work that goes into it. It's always overcoming. I'm gonna lose this weight. I'm gonna release this weight. I'm gonna, go and put in the extra hours. I'm gonna work harder than anybody else. I'm gonna work longer. I'm gonna do it better. You talk about these things like it's something to truly achieve, and that you're climbing a mountain to these things. But I think the expectation is that, but my relationship is about love. It's supposed to be fairy tale-ish and easy. And, if we're in love, then it should come, and I don't know that that's it. I mean, Kobe was interviewed in People magazine. And I want to say it was either last year or a couple of years ago. And I put that quote from People magazine up on a meme today. And it just says, Kobe on marriage. That's all the beauty of it. Having the persistence and determination to work through things. Very, very tough things. And we've been able to do that. He said about him and Vanessa. And I think that's a testament to that Mamba mentality. The one thing Kobe was known for was that grind. Nobody outworked it. I'm not even a Lakers fan. But as a matter of fact, I detested this man when he wore that jersey more times than not because, Sacramento Kings. But this guy, I think, personified getting that grind on. And the one thing that we probably didn't see as much is he probably worked just as hard on his marriage as he did any other aspect. All these other places he's getting accolades for that Mamba mentality. When it came to what he did on the court and the hours of work he put in before anybody else, working harder than anybody else when they were all together, and then staying longer and putting in more work after they left. It was like it was like a Michael Jordan-esque type of thing. And he's trying to take it to another level. When it came to business, when Kobe retired, and the next morning he was in the office at something. I heard a story like it was either between 3 or 4 a.m. But when they went to the office, he'd been there since like 3 or 4 in the morning, and he was like, I got stuff to do. I got things to learn. I got things I need to accomplish. And he was back at the grind. And knowing the history of the relationship, at least what the parts that were made public, for them to continue and thrive and have the relationship that they had, he had to grind for the marriage as well. And I think that people don't see it as work. They don't see it as a challenge. They don't see it as this thing, I have to work at every single day. And it's not that you're outworking your spouse, but I think I need to outwork the selfishness that I grew up with. I have to outwork the perception of what it means or doesn't mean to be a husband or a wife or a significant other.
Okay, but let's go back to the whole, like you said, the fairy tale. They think it's supposed to be a fairy tale. Okay, I love fairy tales. And in every fairy tale, there's been some type of turmoil that has happened. It's never just been, we're all just happy and we're just singing to the birds and the trees. I mean, Cinderella ate the apple and she fell asleep. What's her name? Sleeping Beauty hit the thing and she fell asleep. Ariel lost her voice and she almost didn't get to go back. Tatiana turned into a frog. And you understand what I'm saying?
Understand. Beauty and the Beast, all that.
Exactly. So we say, there's not fairy tale. But if you really look at the fairy tales, there's always some type of turmoil that happens. There's always an antagonist. There's, someone's always, there's the bad person. There's, what's his name? Lion King. There's always that. So it's funny because it's not funny. But what you were saying that he said about he put his work in or what being able to, I'm sorry.
Having the persistence and determination to work through things, very, very tough things.
And in that, sometimes that is a fairy tale because some people are just not willing to do it. You know what I mean? So it's far fetched for some people because some people, I ain't doing that. I'm just not gonna do it. So it could be they don't want the work is not. They don't want to do the work. That's just like with us when we went through year 4. After I told you I want to get a divorce, and then I got laid off, and in the meantime, we decided to work at our marriage, and that was the hardest thing. Oh my God, I know it's hard for you. It's hard for me because initially I just felt like I was just going through the motions. Like, all right, here we go. I'm just going to do this. And then when we went to counseling, I'm like, this man don't know what he's talking about. I wish he shut up.
You're watching the clock.
And I was just like, oh my God. I wouldn't I had my purse on my lap and I had my arms folded. I remember this. I had my arms folded and I was just like, this is a waste of time. This is a waste of time. I've already made up my mind. I'm already blah, 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 whatever. And then sometimes you were just like, whatever. But then there are times when I saw the resignation on your face, like, it is what it is. But slowly, because we kept doing it, what's the saying? What is the saying that I love? Being able to do the process without being emotionally connected to the results.
Inky Johnson.
Oh, man.
Inky's quote.
Being able to, what is I say I love it and I can't even remember it now.
Along the lines of being committed to the work without being emotionally tied to the outcome. To the outcome.
So I ended up, and I say that because you're like, oh, it's marriage. You're supposed to be emotionally tied to the outcome. But I was committed to doing the work, even though I was not emotionally tied to the outcome. Because for me, the outcome was like, this is not going to work. But eventually, because I kept doing the work, we kept putting in, we kept working on ourselves, we kept working on our marriage, it eventually turned, that tide turned. And then I was like, oh, this is what I'm missing. Oh, those feelings started coming back. Oh, maybe I'm not so mad anymore. Oh, well, that was my bad. Oh,
Dang, he is kind of cute. No?
Of course. He's so Silly.
Okay, I was just, I don't know. I was trying to put a little
Okay.
plug.
I never did say that you weren't cute, except for in the very first day that we met. Anyway,
Wait. Rewind.
babe,
You
you
didn't say I
weren't.
wasn't cute. You
You
said
were.
I
I
was a
didn't.
nerd.
Yeah, you were nerdy.
But wait. You said, okay, you just confessed to saying that I wasn't cute.
No, I said I never did say you weren't. Oh, except for the first day. The only thing I ever said about you was you look like a nerd.
That's not what you said a few seconds ago. That's okay. It's at
That is exactly what I said.
minute mark 24. I have it marked down. Episode 73. It's good. No,
Babe,
keep going. I'm sorry to
okay.
interrupt.
Sorry.
Said the ugly guy.
Lovey.
Go on.
Well, you're not that ugly, right? It's been 24 years.
That ugly. Okay. Keep going. Keep going. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Let me get you another shovel. Dig some more
Oh my
holes.
god, that's so my bad. You know what I meant. I didn't mean that like that. Anyway,
I
I'm
know.
trying to be serious.
Putting in the
And you,
putting in the process. I hear you. Go on.
I don't even want to talk no more.
No, committed to the process.
No, but okay, like I'm saying, so we stay committed to the process. Because to be honest with you, did you know for sure that it was going to turn around? I didn't know for sure that it was going to turn
didn't.
around.
I was going through the motions, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
At one point, because it was like she's reserved. When you said that you were done, and then I kept bugging you, saying, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" Because once I leave, that's it. I don't turn back. There are no do-overs. I'm not trying to revisit this. If you say you don't want to be with me, then you don't want to be with me. Mm-hmm. And had it not been for your job, it would have been done. We would not have if we had a podcast, it would be like, yeah, and then she left me. And as a matter of fact, she got to keep the house and I was living in an apartment.
Whatever.
It would have been something crazy.
No.
But when we're talking about committed to the process is, it comes back to those vows.
To those vows, for richer, for poorer, for better, for worse, whatever. But kind of, that's the grind. That's
vows of the grind.
That's the grind, exactly. And I think that so many people, I feel like a lot of people miss that. They're going through the motions in the wedding, because that's part of the ceremony. It's a tradition. We have to say this, so let's get on with the party and those doing the toast and the cake and the Cupid shuffle and the wobble and all that. That's what we want to get to. We want to get to the fun, but we don't really pay attention to what the grind is. The grind is the vows. And if you look at the vows, they cover everything just about. To have and to hold.
For better or for worse.
For better or for worse. For richer or for poorer. Sickness and in health. To love and to cherish.
Till death do us part.
From this day forward. Till death do us part. So, now, we've already said, and, we'll put this out there again. Barring abuse.
Right.
Barring abuse. Because if you're in an abusive relationship or you're being hurt, leave, get to a safe place, find someone, whatever. Not whatever. It's a very serious thing.
Right.
But find somewhere safe to be. Barring abuse. So let's relook at what you said, what those vows were. How serious are you about it? How serious are you about your grind in your marriage?
I'm curious. How many of you out there remember your vows? And I mean, and be honest, do you? Could you remember some of them? I mean, I know that some of us did like the traditional ones, like she mentioned. I didn't remember them till she wrote them down. I kind of knew, you watch enough movies, read enough books, you'll hear them. So I had an idea, but even if you don't remember the specific vows that were stated on your wedding day, unless you wrote them yourself, then you got no excuse. You better remember those.
I would hope so.
But do you at the very minimum remember your commitment? Do you remember your covenant that you entered into? And do you live it? More importantly, do you live it and do you see it as your grind? And there's times, I mean, we're not sitting here telling you that, oh, we remember it as our grind every single day. No. Mm-mm. Like Snook said, she was coming to the process, and the process was showing up just one more day, checking
Literally,
the box. For
one.
us, it was really checking the box one more day, showing up, going to counseling, showing that, I said I would go to this counseling thing. So just to say that at least I can always say, well, at least I tried. I did it.
Exactly. I mean, I would sit in my car and I would cry because I didn't want to do it. And I was just like, I go to counseling, and after I'm done with it, I just felt like that was a waste of however much time. But that's because I was still holding on to that anger. I was mad. I was hurt. My feelings were hurt. I was upset. But I just was going through the process, crying every single day. I remember, I don't know why this song always made me cry, but whenever I remember I'm driving down the freeway, and whenever that song by Usher came on, You Remind Me, that song, I don't know why that song made me cry, but that song made me cry. I would cry and they played it. It was when it first came out in 2001.
So that means it was like every 3 songs. I don't know why the
I
radio
looked all
does
beat
that.
up when I got to work.
Right. No, but it is. It's being. I like that Inky quote, and I know that we're paraphrasing it, and it's not exact. But Inky Johnson, he was a phenomenal speaker. If you don't know who Inky Johnson is, you should probably Google him and see his story. I'm not even going to go into it. Inky Johnson, just like it sounds, INKY Johnson. Check him out. But being committed to the process without being emotionally tied to the outcome will get you pretty far if you remain committed to that process. And
Well, because we tell everybody, I mean, I don't say we, but that's like the thing. You tell everyone to do that. You do that in every aspect of your life, except for we don't talk about it. Like you said, we don't double down on it in regards to relationships in our marriages or whatever. We're I don't know if we get to the point where we're like, oh well, he knows I love him, or she knows, what? Okay, but how much? Or I know
right,
maybe how much, but if if I know that we love each other, and there's something that you like, and I'm like, I'm gonna try to do that for him. I'm showing appreciation. I'm doing something. I'm not just saying, well, girl, I come home and I work every day, so that's my love, and that might be your
but
love
well, some people
language,
feel like
and
that
and that's
because
true,
that's what is it? Acts of service.
and that's true. But that's not my act of service.
Okay, no,
So no. I'm just saying, not just me as a. I'm saying that if that's not your spouse's act of service, and then you wonder why I do all this stuff and you don't. Okay, so that
she
means
might
that
want you to clean the bathroom.
you there's something that you're not doing that she's missed that's being missed. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. Yeah, we do it. That's a whole other podcast. We're going to talk
No, it
about
is.
really
It
speaking the
is.
other person's language.
But I don't mean to cut you off, but I keep thinking too back to my mom. It was the last Sunday of the year, last year, and we were we were in church, and she stood up and she was talking, and she said, yeah, she goes, couples, because I think they talked about us,
They did.
and they said, couples, you guys, mom, not they, but she says, couples, you guys love each other and you hold on to each other, because once it's over, it's over. And she got a little quiet, and she's like, because Jackie, my stepdad, but he's just dad, said, because Jackie's gone, and she goes, and I miss him, but he's gone now, and all the stuff that we were upset about, I was upset with him about, all of that didn't even matter anymore, and that was like, even though we've made it way past that, or we don't let the stuff that, if I get upset at you, I let you know, but that was like something that someone needed to hear, because once they're gone, it's
Right.
over.
It's over. And I don't even know what to say after that. It's true. Once a person's gone, they're gone. The memories last, and we'd be so blessed to be able to live a life full of memories,
Yeah.
or to live a life that allows us to have a ton of memories regarding this person that we truly love and believe in. I hope that everybody takes a moment to really enjoy and visit with, be with, not just be in the same room and not paying attention to them, but honestly, sitting there with your loved one, whoever that may be, and invest in that time, in that moment.
And be intentional when you're with them.
Yeah. Because what it comes down to is that moment's gone. Once it passes, that's it. And so what I like to do is just ask everyone to say prayer for not just the Bryants or the Altabellis or, I feel bad, I don't know the other family's name, but say a prayer for our nation, the world, for those individuals, everyone that's in a committed, loving relationship. If you would, pray that everyone does not take that relationship for granted and that they live their lives to the fullest in each other and show that love to their children, their spouses, their significant others, their partners, exactly how much they love each other, because we are not guaranteed that next day. I'm not guaranteed tomorrow a plant can fall in the house. You have no idea what can transpire. Mm-hmm. But don't take it for granted. When you go to bed, if your routine is to brush your teeth, wash your face, jump in the bed, roll over, go to sleep, and there's somebody laying next to you, I'm asking you to change your routine. Wash your face, brush your teeth, jump in the bed, roll over, kiss them. Let them know you love them, and then go to sleep. Make that a part of it. Let your children know that you love them, because anything can happen, and you want the last words they ever heard from you to be something affectionate, something knowing that they matters, something that lets them know that they matter to you. Mm-hmm. So this is kind of a combination of, there were some funny parts, there were some sad parts, there were some really some things with a lot of gravity to it. But now it's time for two for the road. Okay, so now we're going to pick from the Couples I Can, which you would be able to find on our website, Married Into Crazy. Go to the store and you will see the can. It has 40 different affirmations in there that helps you, honestly, go through the process. Be committed to the process of the little sayings or what have you, the little I Can affirmations that are in the can, and stick with them. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to go first. I don't like this one.
It don't matter if you like it.
It says, I can share more often.
I think I had that last time.
I think you did. There really are 40 in here. I don't know why we keep pulling the same ones, but there's 40 in here. For the longest period, I kept pulling. I was going to go shopping with my wife.
I think we should take them out and as we do them.
Oh, yeah, we probably should. Anyway.
Okay, this is, I can let my partner have some alone time.
So we've had that one too.
Well, of course.
Well, we've got 72 episodes, so I'm sure we're going to come across them time and time again. I definitely need some alone time. Alone time, does that mean here in the house or me going to get a hotel room and be alone?
If that's what you need.
Nah, I'm good.
I know. I was going with you.
So there you go. There you have it. We want to thank each and every one of you for hanging out with us and really listen to our words. Go back, listen to the podcast again. More importantly, share it. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Family. That's new.
Hey, that's new.
Tell your family. Let everybody know about Married Into Crazy. We want to increase the audience. We want to kind of expand it out. And please go to Apple Podcasts and give us a review. Whatever you think I know Snooks always says, give us 5 stars.
Whatever. No.
But I say, just go and give a review. That way it's more discoverable. More people can actually join the conversation.
Exactly.
So until the next time, and I really do mean this, until the next time, be blessed.
Bye-bye.